Hi, elementary teachers of YouTube. I'm Miss Owens, and I have a couple questions for you. Do you do literacy or math centers as part of your instruction? And if so, have you been thinking about going paperless? So, there are a ton of digital resources available on forums like Teachers Pay Teachers or elsewhere on the web nowadays, and most of these resources I've noticed are made using either Google Slides or Google Docs. A lot of these resources, teachers will use them with Google Classroom, but with younger kids, a lot of teachers aren't using Google Classroom, and that's just because it's a hard interface to learn for younger learners. So there is a really, really cool thing you can do for younger learners who don't use Google Classroom and who don't all have Google usernames. And for this, I'll jump to my desktop view in a second, but for this, all you're gonna need is some computers, so like a computer station or lab, and you'll need one Google Gmail account that you create specifically for this, but it's pretty easy. And then it's also possible to use this method on the iPads. I think it's the same concept, the same workaround. So if you want to try this on the iPads and it works out, just please leave a comment and let me know how it's going, because I've been using them on the desktop. Okay, so let me just show you what we'll be trying to create here, and then I'll take you through the steps of how to create it. So right here on my desktop, minus all the clutter because this is just my personal desktop, is going to be an icon that leads to the link of the worksheet that I want students to complete. So it says circle the word page 3 worksheet. So as a student, I'm going to come in here and click on it, and it's going to lead me to this. I'm going to make a copy, wait for it, and then as a student, I'm just going to complete this worksheet digitally, just like I normally would as if it were a paper copy. So I'm going to come up here, I'm going to put my name on it, click in the box and type in the word instead of write if it were a paper copy, and come on over here and click and drag the circle to bat. Okay, etc. So I would complete the entire worksheet, and then all I would do is just click out of it, as long as my name's on the top. You'll see why. So I'm just going to click out of it, no saving involved. The next student can come on over and do the same exact thing on the same exact desktop. Click the icon, make the copy, write their name in, so maybe, I don't know, Jen. Start completing this. I'm going to do one more so it looks different than the last one. And then say they finish it and they just exit out of it, okay? So now as a teacher at the end of the day, what you do is you're going to come on over to drive.google.com, and you have in your drive all the copies from each student from that day. So if I click on this copy, I have Jen's copy right here. And if I click on this copy, I have Miss Owens' copy right here. So it's really handy. And then I can, of course, organize that, is if you're doing this every day for centers, you're going to want to have it in folders. So all I'm going to do is come on over here, make a folder, and say this was from Monday, whatever the date was. And then I'm just going to drag all the worksheets from Monday's centers into that. So that's that. So now let me show you about how to go about creating this. So what you're going to do is you need the digital resource as a link, and you need the link to have the word copy in it. So let me just show you with this resource is a resource I have on my Teachers Pay Teachers, and it's the Short A CVC collection. And if you come on over here and you look at my link, I'm just going to scroll over. My link is modified so that, hold on, it has the word copy in it right there. Copy instead of the word edit. So as long as your link has the word copy instead of the word edit, you'll be able to do this. And if you're creating these on your own, like any resource you get off of Teachers Pay Teachers is going to have that. If you're creating this on your own, I will put a good link in the description, or a couple that show you how to do all this. So this resource has the word copy in the link. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to open it. I'm going to stay on this page where it says, would you like to make a copy of Drag the Letters page 1? Instead of going ahead and doing the worksheet, I'm going to take this where it prompts you to make a copy, and I'm going to add this as an icon to the desktop. Okay, so all I'm going to do that, and it's the exact same on Windows, is I just come up here to the little icon in the top left next to the URL, and I just take it and drag it right onto my desktop like this. Now let's try that one more time. There we go. Okay, so you can see right there, that was very simple. I have a copy of an icon that leads to the link, Drag the Letters, page 1, make a copy. Okay, so what you don't want to do, you don't want to go ahead and open the link, and go ahead and proceed as if you were a student and go ahead and make the copy. And then drag that, let's exit out of here, then drag that link onto the desktop. And the reason you don't want to do that is because then every student is editing this one copy. So I hope that makes sense. It's really important that you do the click and drag on the slide that says make the copy. So now to change the icon, and actually we can rename this too, we'll make it look a bit more like this one. So it's a lot more student friendly. So I'm just going to right click on it. And this is the same exact on Windows too. And rename. And I'm just going to call it Drag the Letters Worksheet. Then to change the icon, it's really simple. I'm just going to click on Get Info. And right up here in the left top is where we're going to be dragging our copied image to. So all I'm going to do is go back to my resource. There are other ways to do this. You're going to come over here and you're going to just copy your image, so Command C or right click copy. And then you're going to come up here, click on the little icon in the top left, and you're just going to Command V or right click paste. So now you can see that was actually really easy. I have, there it is right there, my fancied up version of my link. And now, just like I showed you before, each student can click on it. Each student makes their own copy. All of them ends up in your drive at the end of the night. So all you're going to do is create your own Gmail account. So drive.google.com. So use a new account, create a Gmail account for myself. Then you can just go through the normal process of creating a Gmail account, and you can name it something like Math and Literacy Centers or something like that. And the beauty of that is that then you have that account just for these Math and Literacy Centers. So it's actually really easy to keep organized. And I would just stay signed into my Gmail account on that computer. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Before I go, I want to show you something that I was using for a while and tell you what happened. So I thought this was an absolutely brilliant idea. I made my worksheets into little QR codes. It turns out that whenever the Google Slides app updates, you have major problems, and I just realized it wasn't worth it, so I had to scrap that idea. But this way that you can put the icons on the desktop is a really easy and great way. And the way I like to use it is I like to assign them for independent centers. So whatever digital resource worksheet they're completing has to be at their independent level. And I have struggled to find enough material that's at their independent level, just because you have to sift through a lot. So if, like I said, if you're interested in creating your own Google Slides, it's actually pretty easy. I'll leave a link in the description of best ways to do that. Oh, the possibilities with this are just endless, and I think that's one of the reasons I love it. You can put links to video, links to audio, and like I said, drag and drop activities, which is a lot of what I create what I sell in my TPT store. And I just really love this. So if you liked this video and you want to see more, go ahead and subscribe to this channel, and have a great day.